All right, so it's that time. I'm gonna start breaking in the new sexy. So quickly though, I wanted to just touch on a few things briefly because this is one of the bows I hunted with last year. Ultra 4 RX-4, and I really like this bow. I had an Axia set up at 80 pounds. This one was set up at 72 and a half, 73 pounds, something like that. And I feel like I was shooting this one a little bit more accurately than my 80-pound bow. And I don't know, I couldn't pinpoint it. I shot that one well as well, but I killed 4 deer with this one last year. It just, when the pin settled on a deer, it felt like everything was, it felt like it should be. So with that being said, I kind of, not that I'm getting too old yet, Bo, but I think the 70-pound, mid 70-pound range is more what I'd like to be. So setting up the Ventum 33, 72.5 pounds.
Yep, 72.6.
And it's one of those things that specs-wise, these bows are very similar. Obviously, cam-wise, they're very different. I think I'm going to end up losing the little stubby, I think, and just go with the standard setup. Bo's played with them a little bit more than I have as far as kind of feeling hand shock. But initial response on these bows is one thing. The grip, I love this grip. This is a grip that's been on the aluminum bows the last few years.
Yeah, it started with the RX-1. Then went to that grip and then moved it in the aluminum line and kept it. And then changed the grip in the RX-3 series and stuff like that. But brought it back. Love to see it.
So that you know, last year I ended up ripping off the grip off the Ultra and put the side plates on, the Rattler grips, and I like those as well. This is a little slimmer fit than this, which I honestly prefer. So I'm not saying I won't go to that, but the other thing is, from a feel standpoint, the you know, you lose a little bit of draw length, or you actually, I mean, you lose gain, right? Whatever your you know, because the size of the grip, the depth of the back of the grip, you know, 1/8 of an inch maybe, you think?
Probably about an 1/8. Yeah.
So, and I'm one of those guys, I'm kind of in between 28.5 and 29 when I set up a bow. So if I end up going to the Rattler grips, I'll probably end up having to stay at 28.5. There's a chance I might go to 29 with this. But a couple things as far as changeover. I really like this, and I like the Axis from last year. The RX-3 Ultra, I didn't care for as much. So I actually hunted with my RX-1 2 years in a row. This year, like I said, my goal is to be able to shoot this for everything, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. Right now, it's pretty much bare bones. I'm waiting for my new strings to come in, but so the speed's going to change a slight bit once this is broken in. Add a peep in, a few other things there, but performance-wise, let's go see what it does. So first and foremost, again, this bow is set at 70 pounds, or you know, low 70s, I should say. It's somewhere around 72.5, 73. I don't remember exactly where it was. This arrow right here is pretty close to 435 grains, give or take a grain, from what I remember a few months back setting it up. Super smooth to draw, and 275. With the lighted knock, that setup. That was kind of my whitetail setup. I'm gonna grab that same arrow first. Shoot it out of the Ventum. So like I said, Bo just checked this one. It's 72.6, you said?
72.6.
Same draw length. And same arrow.
293.
I mean, that's significant improvement. And so now this is the arrow that I actually hunted with out of my 80-pound bow. And this arrow set, this is right at 475. So I've got a standard hit insert, iron wheel 25 grain collar, 100 grain tip, 3 fletch on the hybrid vanes, standard knock, no wrap. So like I said, this is right at 475. And draw length is, I mean, the draw cycle is still really smooth. 280. That's the same speed that my 80-pound Axios was doing at the same draw length. And this is 7-ish pounds, 7.5 pounds lighter. So from an efficiency standpoint, I mean, if I really want to go back into that mid 280 range, I'll probably keep this arrow, maybe go to a lighter weight, the 10 grain collar, if I make any change at all. Otherwise, I can live with this bow at 277 to 282, and I may try to eke a little bit more out of it, twist the cables up a little bit, but that's a significant improvement. Now, we speak pretty casually in the shop here about the bows, and not from a standpoint of knocking anybody, but my gripes with the Hoyt bows the last couple of years have been speed and shot noise. Last year they got quite a bit quieter from the RX-3s, right? I mean,
this year it's substantially quieter.
And the hand shock is even, less than it was last year. So I'm very impressed initially with this bow. Obviously, just starting to do some tuning on some of the bows. Some of that part of it is yet to be determined, because we don't have enough body of work to speak and say these bows tune this way, just do this and it's perfect, or whatever the case is. So we're still working through that. But from a feel standpoint, feels great. Draw cycle does not feel very much different than that one. Similar poundage range. The significant speed improvement, I mean, it's nuts. Usually you can expect 3 to 5 feet per second, but I mean, that's stupid fast compared. So other than that, I mean, I'm excited about this build. Like I said, I got some ABB strings coming in to put on there. I'm waiting on a black gold sight. Waiting on a black gold sight. They're a little bit backed up, but should be getting here soon. So other than that, man, what do you think? You're still on the fence with what you're going to get, right?
Yeah, I'm still back and forth. I've been shooting both the 33 and then the 30-inch carbon RX-5. Playing with the number 2 mod. I've got a 28-inch draw length. Been shooting at about the same poundage. I am still seeing a speed increase from some of my bows in the past. The folks that know me here around the shop know I'm not a huge binary cam guy, but what I've played with them so far, they've been working really well. I've tuned about 5 of them right now, messing with spacers a little bit, and they've seemed to be pretty consistent in how they react to it. So I'm excited. If that holds true, I think I won't have any problems with the vast majority of the bows anyway. But like Phil mentioned earlier, definitely quieter, definitely more vibration free. I wasn't initially happy with the weight of the bows, but they're holding really well. So I may be able to lighten up my stabilizer setup a little bit and acquire the hold that I want. So in all, man, I'm becoming a little bit more happy with the bows as I play with them. So I'm excited to see how this year turns out with the new Hoyts.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is just from our standpoint, seeing 5 to 6 manufacturers new model bows every year, you kind of get a little bit numb to the improvements, right? It's just like, oh, that's nice, or that's nice, but nothing ever really trips your trigger substantially.
Yeah.
For me, this one is doing that because of the performance. Like I said, I don't have any problem shooting 80 pounds, but I can shoot a whole lot more arrows at 72, 73 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, I've owned multiple 80-pound bows as well, and 80-pound bows are great, produce a lot of energy, but eventually, for lack of a better way of describing it, they just suck to shoot. Yeah. You get fatigued, and physically, like mentally, you want to shoot. Physically, you just don't want to pull the bow back, right? So having the speed that these bows are putting out right now at 70 pounds is unreal. Especially for as smooth as they are. Usually you get one or the other, speed or smooth draw, and we're getting both on these. Talking on how the bows feel again, we've had the conversation multiple times. A lot of these manufacturers in the last at least 5-6 years, they'll build out a new bow. Feel wise and energies and all that other stuff, they're very similar. Like if you wanted a different feel in your bow, you had to change brands. Yeah. And now it's totally different. I mean, it honestly, if you'd have put that bow in my hand and had me blindfolded and said, hey, you're standing right next to a bale, just draw it and shoot it, I probably couldn't have told you that was a Hoyt initially, right? Outside of maybe the grip, because the grip's been consistent. But outside of that bow's lights out. Yeah. I mean, it feels really good in comparison to the bows in the past, for sure.
So more info coming on this build. Like I said, we're going to get some new ropes on it here pretty soon, and I'm going to keep playing with mine. Bows yet to decide. Ryan's working the camera today. He's going to be getting a new bow this year. He doesn't know it yet, but he's getting a new bow this year, and and he's going to be playing with some. So we've got a lot of new that we're working on. And don't get me wrong, I've been a Hoyt guy the last 5 or 6 years, and then before that, many years ago, there's a lot of good stuff on the market. There really is. So Hoyt does work with us on our events when they contribute quite a bit in the past. So I've shot their bows lately, and it's nothing contractual, I should say. So what I'm saying, I like this bow is legitimate because I do like the specs. I like a longer axle bow. That's one of the main reasons I've stuck with Hoyt for the last few years, is because the feel that I get from the longer axle to axle, plus the smooth draw cycle and everything else, I've just chosen to go that direction. So excited about this year's builds though.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this particular bow turns out, especially with the speeds we're getting.
And this is a 33, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that or not. You know, the 33
on the number 2 mod or optimized mod, whatever you want to refer to it at. So he just about got it maxed out. So that, I mean, that bow's spitting out great speeds for.
And like I said, I could tweak it a little bit, but we'll see. That the progression of this build will be coming forward in many different ways, moving forward, separate than just a rest sight level performance paper tune done. I mean, from the details of what we like on the string material, or what I'm going to do. Hoyt's got some new innovations this year. I don't know if I'm going to go to a sight that mounts off the front yet or not. I might try it just to see what it's all about. So anyway, a lot coming. Thanks for checking it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There's a ton of giveaways we're going to be adding into the mix this year, and all you got to do is be a subscriber. Hit a like button and then leave us a comment. Even if it's a thumbs up, thumbs down, I don't care. Give us a comment. Let's engage on the conversation. Let us know what you think about the new bows this year, and if there's some other. I've been a black gold Hamsky guy for a long time, and like I said, gonna try some new sights out potentially this year. I am waiting for a black gold right now, but to see, I might throw a fuse on there because I know the fuse is gonna mount to that front. So we'll try some stuff out and maybe break some stuff in the process, but we'll see how it goes. See you guys soon.